million.
Well. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel, streaming a game. We're streaming a live game, the Leafs and Lightning. We're heading into the third period. But right now, in my Leafs jersey, with the blue room in the background, I'm going to do an instant analysis video breaking down the trade between the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Minnesota Wild. You can both hate me equally because there was a big old trade today between the Blue Jackets and the Wild. David Jiricek, 6th overall pick from just a couple years ago, and noted Alan Walsh client on the move, heading to Minnesota in exchange for Damon Hunt and 4 picks. I had it in front of me moments ago, and this is what I get for doing a live. There it is. The Minnesota Wild acquired David Jiricek and a 2025 5th-round pick from the Columbus Blue Jackets for Damon Hunt, a 2025 1st-round pick that is top 5 protected, a 2026 3rd-round pick, a 2026 4th-round pick, and a 2027 2nd-round pick. Now, Minnesota has all these gosh darn picks, or rather they had these gosh darn picks. How did they get them? Well, the 2025 1st-rounder is theirs. If it ends up in the top 5 this year, it probably won't. It will slide to 2026. The 2027 2nd-rounder is their own. But the 3rd-rounder from 2026 is actually originally Colorado's. Colorado sent it to Minnesota last year in exchange for trade deadline acquisition Brandon Duhaime. And the Leafs with the 2026 4th-round pick. How did the Leafs give the Wild that pick? He played tonight. He is playing tonight. Connor Dewar. That's right. You might remember that little trade. He originally came from Minnesota. So look, forget the picks. Well, unless you're the Blue Jackets, then definitely remember the picks. Who are the players involved in this deal? If you're the Blue Jackets, you want to know a little bit about Damon Hunt, because, I mean, David Jiricek is the piece de la resistance in this deal. Damon Hunt, he's 22 years old. He's a defenseman. He has played some NHL games. He doesn't have an NHL goal yet. He has 1 assist in 13 career NHL games. He was a pretty prolific player in the WHL with the Moose Jaw Warriors. He's played a bunch of games with the Iowa Wild. He's only played 1 game in the NHL this year with the Minnesota Wild, which is somehow less than what David Jiricek has played. David Jiricek, 6th overall pick of the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2022. Alan Walsh has a podcast with Adam Wild of SDPN called Agent Provocateur. And if I'm Adam Wild, and I will pressure him to do this, my 1st, 2nd, and 3rd question to Alan on the next show that they record together is, what on earth happened with David Jiricek and his relationship with the Columbus Blue Jackets? In 2022-23, his first pro season, he played 4 NHL games. It didn't go great. He took a penalty. He was a -4, whatever. Blue Jackets weren't good. But he played 55 games as an 18-year-old, a 6'4", over 200-pound, right-shooting defenseman, 18-year-old in the American Hockey League. It's difficult to get into that many games as an 18-year-old in the American Hockey League. 6 goals, 32 assists for 38 points. And I know defense is not evaluated by how many points you score, but it helps. That's real good. The next season, he plays 43 games. That's a decent amount of games. Over half an NHL season in the NHL, he puts up a goal, 9 assists for 10 points. 29 extra games in the AHL, 7 goals, 19 points in 29 games. Again, that's a pretty good rate at the AHL. This year, 2 goals, 3 points in 4 games in the AHL. Really, really good offensive defenseman in the AHL. He did play some games in the NHL this year. Put up 1 assist, whatever. Maybe the Blue Jackets don't believe Adam Jiricek is his brother. Maybe the Blue Jackets don't believe David Jiricek is NHL ready. Fine. Fine. He's 21. He just turned 21 on November 28th. As of the recording of this, that was 2 days ago. If he's not NHL ready, oh well. You might say, who cares if he's NHL ready? The Blue Jackets suck, and he doesn't need to be getting benched for Jordan Harris, who the Blue Jackets got from the Habs in the offseason. Fine, I understand that, but at the end of the day, this is a young player who can go to the minors and can improve his skill set in the minors. It's so rare that a player is over ripened or overdeveloped in junior or in the American Hockey League. I don't understand what about David Jiricek's situation was unsalvageable. Obviously, something has gone backward from last season, because last season he got into half their NHL games, more than half their NHL games with 43. This year, he's only played 10 professional games, 4 in the AHL, 6 in the NHL. The AHL games appear to have gone pretty well. Again, 6'4", over 200 pounds, scoring at a decent clip. And your organization thought he was good enough to draft 6th overall 2 years ago. What happened? Now, what happened is Don Waddell took over, and he clearly does not believe in what the old Blue Jackets regime before he got there was all about. Because the 6th overall pick is out the door. You better get a king's ransom for him. And you get a defensive prospect. He's okay. A first rounder, a second rounder, a third rounder, and a fourth. It's good value, but is it enough for a dude you pick 6th overall? Time will tell. Big deal for the Blue Jackets and the Wild. And now what's left to be seen, will Jiricek play games with the Wild, and how soon will that be? For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this trade breakdown. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Doing these live and in one take is hard, but thank you for bearing with me. There we go. How do we feel? How'd I do? Let's go to the super chat. Oh my goodness. Third period is about to begin. Sid show and tell, please, Steve. Ah, yes. I'm going to have to do that at a commercial break. Robert Bet, not saying, but saying, still get nervous with the Leaf lead. Yeah, I understand. Third period has begun. Simone Benoit puts it on, gloved by Vasilevsky, but he doesn't hold on to it. Where is it? Brouhaha in front of the Lightning net. And just 19 seconds into the third, Leafs have a scoring chance there.